Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Mac Shoots Film. And also, this is an episode of the Grainy Days podcast. I have with me Edward Conde, my podcast mate from Grainy Days. Hey, Ed, how are you?
What's happening? Glad to be here.
Yeah, man, I'm pumped to have you here. It's a really crazy day. I know my viewers are like, why the bleep does Mac have a Skype call as his video? And as you see in the bottom right, we have Birgit Buchart, the marketing and PR manager from Lomography USA on the call. So something's going down with Lomography. First of all, Birgit, welcome so much to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So exciting news today. I just want to get right into it. And guys, this will be a shorter episode. It's really all focused on the announcement today because I honestly think this is pretty much the biggest announcement in quite some time in film photography, and we're so pumped to be able to have this opportunity to talk about it. So let's get right into it. Guys, we're talking about a brand new, net new film stock that Lomography is about to unveil via a Kickstarter campaign called LomoChrome Metropolis. So Birgit, this is crazy. Tell us all about this.
Yeah, it really is crazy. It's very exciting. This is the first completely new color film emulsion in like over 5 years since our LomoChrome turquoise came out. And yeah, we thought it's overdue and time to get a new stock out there because, as we all know, film photography is growing and growing in all areas. And we thought it's time for a new stock other than just like repackaging or respooling other stock. So we took the risk and worked on a completely new emulsion from scratch, which is a big challenge, but our team made it happen, and we're really very excited to be dropping this on Kickstarter now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and what's crazier is, like we were saying in the pre-call, these guys are crazy. They're releasing it in 35 millimeter, 120. 110, freaking 110, and 16 millimeter motion picture film. So Birgit, that's a pretty aggressive rollout. Let's talk about
it. Yeah, let's talk about that. 35 and 120 for sure. We do that. That's like the mainstream formats. 110 is a little bit our baby film. I don't know if you know that, but we're the only manufacturer who still produces 110 film in general. And it's actually doing pretty well. A lot of people still love that film, and we see that it's working and that there is a demand. So obviously, since we already have a new emulsion, we also wanted to bring it out in 110. And then 16 millimeter, I have to add, is not set in stone yet. We need 500 backers on Kickstarter to make it happen, but I hope we can work this out. And I hope there are enough cinematographers who want to shoot on analog as well to make this happen. But yeah, that's the whole range. It's gonna be all the most important formats are gonna be covered with this.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be an issue about 16 millimeter with the FPP guys. I think Michael will probably just buy the whole put a big Kickstarter bid on that.
Yeah, and then we also have, in addition to all that, we have a special pledge this time around. We'll be offering a bulk loading roll of 35 millimeter. So you can pledge for 30.5h meters, which is, help me out here, like 100 feet or something?
100 feet,
yeah. Of film.
So and I have a free an open bulk loader right now too, so 100 feet, yes.
Yeah.
So, I don't think you have any problem with backers. I mean, people are going to be super pumped about more options. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I think that is the thing. It's like we have, the market is full of, not full of film, but it's covered with color film and black and white film, but it's all very normcore. And this is a new tool for us film photographers to use, and it's just an addition to our like little toolbox that we have, and to avoid post editing for anyone who might want to do that to make it look more vintagey or whatever. This film has a very vintage look to it, and you don't have to do anything about it. So it's like this great addition to another tool that we can play around with, which brings so many more options and experiments and all that. So
yeah, the sample images that I'll roll by for my blog viewers, you can see it's like pretty intense film. It's a really unique look. It does not look like anything else out on the market. And I think a lot of us film photographers, first of all, we just love film, right? So we're just going to buy any new film, but also we like to have like kind of a unique look, and that'll help diversify a lot of film portfolios out there with this emulsion. It is an intense look, and I love it. I can't wait to get my hands on a few rolls and run a few portrait sessions with it and see what I can do with it. And I know Ed's going to be out there with all his cameras around his neck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ed, you're gonna do some 110
at the same time.
Yeah. You know, I do have a fisheye 110, so you never know. Maybe I'll get some of that stuff too. But I'm excited to shoot it in downtown LA, do some street work with it. And then once my LomoChrome comes in November, then I'll save some rolls for that too, and put some magic behind it. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, and some other details from the announcement, Birgit, that you guys had was it has an extended 100 to 400 ISO range, which is unique, saying basically like during mid-roll, you could switch from 100 to 200 to 400 and back. Sounds like there's a lot of latitude in this emulsion.
Exactly. Yeah, that was, we found that out while testing, really. We shot the first test rolls on 400, and then we bracketed in both directions, and we realized that you get great results with 100 ISO. So yeah, this just gives you more options. Like our LomoChrome Purple is the same way. It's extended range, and I think that's you're just more flexible while shooting it. You can change mid-roll, as you say, and yeah.
Did you guys do you know, has anybody tried to push it to see if it beyond the 400, like 800 or 1600?
Yeah, we have. It's also, it works out. It's just not, the results weren't as great as doing it. So we didn't like put it on the box, but obviously we encourage everyone to try everything with it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, it's Lomography, go crazy.
I know.
Do wild stuff. Okay, so I really love that range on there, because I spot meter, and my spot meter, I'll put the subject, a really harsh light on their face, spot meter for that, so the blacks fall out. So it'd be cool to maybe be able to pull that up a little bit and get some of that shadow detail. So that's really awesome. It sounds like it's you guys call it a fine cine-style grain as well, and it seems to be a pretty sharp film stock as well, what I can see from those sample images. So I'm pumped. So let's talk about the Kickstarter. So we're launching this video and podcast at the same time that you guys are making the official announcement. So recording in advance. I got an email, Ed and Boca Bros, and then it was like new film stuff. And I was like, holy crap! I was so pumped. Like, is amazing feeling. So details about the Kickstarter. You guys are gonna run it for a few days. What are your pledge levels? And then post completing the pledges, what does that turnaround look like, or what are your thoughts?
So honestly, there are plenty of different pledges. I don't know if I should go through all of them. You have obviously the regular ones of like 5 rolls of 35 or 120, 10 rolls of 35 or 120, and all that. And then we have some special kits of the LomoChrome kit, which gives you the purple Metropolis, and then in different formats. There are various different pledges that you can. And then the bulk roll, and then oh my god, I have not memorized them all. And obviously we have the most important, not most important, but biggest pledge, which includes 25 rolls of LomoChrome, your format of choice, and a trip to the Vienna headquarters of Lomography.
Oh, I'm in that
which
one.
Edward already knows. That's a good experience.
I've already been there. Mac, you need to go invade Vienna.
I'm gonna do it. So that's freaking amazing. Yeah. I hope that doesn't sell out in advance. So yeah, what's the turnaround after like the pledges are completed?
We're planning on delivering in February 2020. That's the plan right now, and I think it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, so far we've done good guessing with our ETA, so on the Kickstarter, so that should be fine.
And I do want to say, like, that, you know, there's some other people or companies have left a bad taste in the mouth of some Kickstarter people from film photography perspective, but Lomography has completed 10 successful Kickstarters. So people should be pretty confident that there's not going to be any issues with this. I mean, it's freaking Lomography. You guys are doing awesome. You're like one of the pillars of the alternative film community. And I'm just really excited to, first of all, be a part of the initial announcement, and just as a film shooter to be able to jump on a new emulsion that isn't one of the big competitors, right? The big boys. And, you know, they're bringing back old film stocks, possibly making some new ones, but it's really cool for a smaller company to be jumping in there. I mean, you guys have to be so excited there.
Yeah, we are. And it's, of course, it's always a little a risk, especially when you're one of the smaller companies, and then doing this, what so many other, you know, brands that are bigger haven't dared to do in so many years. It feels a little, you know, crazy to do it, but I think we should be fine. And I, from the community here in New York that we've talked to, everyone's super excited, and I'm pretty confident this will be a good Kickstarter, a good product.
I think so as well. Yeah, I think you guys are going to be amazingly successful with this.
Yeah. Is it possible to say where the film is being made? Or should we just wait till we get the box?
Yeah, maybe wait till you get the box.
Sounds
good. There you go. As long as it's made, that's all I care about.
That's right. That's true.
Because, you know, send me all the film.
Yeah, there's going to be those people who are going to be like, okay, where is it made? Is it, you know, is it China? Is it somewhere in Europe, or is it in the U.S.? You know, they're always going to wonder, and then they're going to be like, okay, who's making it? And, you know, that kind of stuff.
I mean, what I can say, I think, is there's probably something on the box, but this is such a big process of producing this film, of like starting with figuring out the emulsion to producing it with the right machines, to packaging and spooling and all that.
Right.
It's probably not all in one place. So it's hard to say anyway, like this film is from there exactly.
Right. You know, the box is probably from there, but not the film.
Anyway. Look at Ed trying to knock out some pressing questions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those are questions that people are going to ask. You know, they always ask, well, where is it made? Well, why? You know that kind of stuff. So anyway, just thought I'd ask.
Well, cool. Anything else that you want to let our viewers and listeners know?
Anything else? Well, have a look at the sample photos on the Kickstarter page, and the video. We showed the first sample photos to a lot of our community members in New York, from the analog community, and we talked to them about it, interviewed them, and recorded those statements, I think, which is a good way to get a general idea of how to, like, why this look is special, or why it would be cool to use it. I think it's the most important thing is to realize that this is also our point of showing, finally, like making this step to show the world. We've been saying that film is not dead, and this is a step further. This is showing that film is actually growing, that we can make new stuff. And I think making this point with this product is a very, just the without looking at the actual product, but just this, putting that in people's mind is, we are not only bringing back new film, but actually creating new film is an important statement. And I want that to be emphasized a little bit, because I can't hear it anymore. I don't want any more questions of like, is film gonna survive? It's like,
right.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
This should prove it a little bit more.
Right.
And then the second point is, the unique look to it that you really can't find in any other film. And that looks a little bit like slide film. I've heard from a lot of people it reminds them of slide film, but it is C41, which is also a point that we wanted to emphasize, because it is the cheapest and easiest way to process your film.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. And and then it's just, I really personally am very obsessed with the look of it. And I think the contrast and the muted colors is just a combination that it's amazing. And I can't wait to shoot that and also post it on Instagram and say, this is no filter, guys. This is
Right, yeah, straight out of camera. Yeah,
That's
I can't
it.
wait to see how it handles this Arizona desert golden hour, because it
Right.
looks like a lot of it was shot in the city. And for the listeners on the podcast, we'll have links in the show notes to the images that she spoke about, and a link to the Kickstarter. And then same with the vlog. I will have been showing images throughout, and I'll have all the images at the end and links below to the Kickstarter. Just thanks so much for all that Lomography does for the film industry. You guys are constantly like pushing film, and it's rare and nice to see that. Some of the other big manufacturers are just like, I feel like they're just like, hey, take this film, just be happy that we're giving it to you. You guys are actually like fans of film, as well as, you know, now film manufacturers, of course, camera manufacturers. So it's really awesome that it's you guys doing this, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. We're happy too that we are able to do that. So thanks to everyone who uses the film and still shoots it.
Right on.
So fingers crossed this thing hits all its goals day one. I think it's going to be a smashing success. Ed, anything in closing?
No. I'm just happy we were able to FaceTime and or Skype in this case, and just talk about this. This is awesome, and yeah, can't wait to put my order in.
Cool. Well, Birgit, I'm not going to hold you up anymore. Thanks so much for including us in this, and thanks so much to Lomography for continuing to invest in the film community. I really appreciate it. Best of luck to all you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.